Do you want to learn about some tools that can enhance your business and increase your productivity? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to share with you 7 tools that I use in my business pretty much on a daily basis. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video where I teach you how to start, build, and scale a successful and profitable online business. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rhonda M. Jordan, and I teach women how to monetize the knowledge and skills that they already have so they can build successful and profitable online businesses. Now today I'll be sharing with you 7 tools that I use in my business pretty much on a daily basis that have definitely helped me to enhance my business and increase my productivity. All right, the first tool is 1Password. Now, this is something that honestly I use in my business not only daily, but multiple times per day. The way that I use 1Password is it allows me to create strong and unique passwords for every single website that I have a login for. Now, the reason why this is important is because you don't ever want to put yourself in a position where you have one password and one username that you use on multiple sites over and over again. I promise you that is the easiest way to get hacked. So the benefit of using 1Password is it allows you to create very long passwords. All of my passwords are typically between 16 and 20 characters, and I have a unique password for every single website. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, how in the heck do you remember all of those? I don't. What happens is I just have to remember my master password with 1Password, and then each time I go to a website, I simply open 1Password, key in my master password, and it will automatically fill all of the password fields and the username fields for me. Now, the great thing about this is it allows you to create multiple vaults. So for example, I have a personal vault, but I also have a second vault that I use for myself and my husband. Now, by having this second vault, what that allows me to do is to share passwords with him, but they're still protected. Now, the other thing that I should make you aware of is with 1Password, if you have a team or maybe you have a virtual assistant, you can set up a vault that just you and them share. That way you never have to provide them with your own personal passwords. So another benefit that you should be aware of is it has both a desktop version and it has a mobile version. So the good thing about this is you're able to use 1Password regardless of which device you're actually on. So I highly recommend you check it out. I definitely recommend that you incorporate it into your business strategy because you want to be in a position where you are protecting your business. And one of the best ways to do that is by having strong and unique passwords. And let's face it, we're all busy. We don't have the ability to remember all of those things, and you certainly don't want to go around writing those down. So the best way to do that is by using something like 1Password, so you have a tool that is helping you to protect all of your digital assets. Now, tool number 2 is Canva. It's a graphic design tool that doesn't require you to be a graphic designer. I absolutely love Canva because it allows me to create so many different things. Now, this is something I truly do use every single day in my business. I use Canva for a multitude of things, such as creating my social media posts. I use it to create my lead magnets, my workbooks. I use it for my webinar and masterclass slides. Those are just a few of the items that I use Canva for. Now, the other thing about it, and what I really love about it, is by having the professional version, I get access to so many different pictures and graphics and other things that will make my designs really pop. Having the professional version as well also allows me to share the tools or to share the tool Canva with my team. So the good thing about that is if I have someone creating those designs for me, then what I'm able to do is to give them access to my account, and they can create the designs and then share them back with me so that I can approve them, make adjustments, and so forth. So I highly recommend that you at least check out Canva, and you may find that it is well worth you investing in the pro version, especially if you think it's something that you're going to be able to use on a regular basis. And if you have an online business, I promise you it will come in very handy for you. All right, tool number 3 is ConvertKit. Now, this is the service that I use for my email management. It allows me to not only create my opt-in forms that are on my website, but it also allows me to create my landing pages. So this is the way that people are able to subscribe to your email list. Now, once they have subscribed to my email list, ConvertKit also allows me to tag my subscribers. Now, by tagging them, I'm able to know what they're interested in. So if they subscribe to something that's related to learning how to grow their email list, then I know to tag them that way. Or if they're interested in, for example, learning how to build their first website, I can tag them that way. So it's a great tool for being able to do that. Now, in addition to being able to create opt-in forms, being able to create landing pages, and to tag them, what I also use this for is to be able to send out my lead magnets and the autoresponder or follow-up messages that should go out after someone requests your lead magnet. Additionally, I use ConvertKit to send out my weekly email communication, which allows me to continue to build that know, like, and trust factor with my new subscribers. One of the other features of ConvertKit is they also have a free trial, or a version that allows you to accumulate a certain number of subscribers before you have to pay. That way you can determine whether or not it's going to work for you. All right, tool number 4 is Trello. Now, if you haven't used Trello, it's really more like a project management style tool. And what it allows you to do is to create boards that will allow you to track your progress based upon the specific task at hand. So for example, I have multiple boards for the different types of things that I'm working on. So each time I create a course, for example, I have a board laid out for that course. And what I do is I create columns within each of the boards that allow me to track and do specific things. The good thing about having something like Trello is it's going to allow you to really stay on top of things. I like to say it's my way of being able to think visually. I'm a very visual person, and by using the tools that are within Trello, it really allows me to write things out, or type things out, I should say. I can easily move things around. I can schedule them if they need to be completed by a certain day. Also, if you have something, for example, that you can template and you'd like to share with your subscribers, then one of the things that you can do is to create a board and share that board or that template with your subscribers so that they can modify it for their own use. So Trello really is a Kanban style board that allows you to do so many different things. I've added checklists into mine, descriptions, I've done my social media planning, I've done course planning, I've done pretty much any project that I need to track and that has steps, I use Trello for. Now, another thing that I really like about Trello is not only does it have a desktop version, but it also has a mobile version. So I can pull it up on my phone, I can pull it up on my iPad and see all of the various things that are set up. The other thing that you're able to do is to have workspaces for various boards. Some of the features are going to be available to you based upon the type of plan that you have. So Trello does have a free version, which is going to allow you to have a certain number of boards, and that may very well work for you. If you need additional features, or if you need more boards, or if you want to take advantage of the workspace, then you'll probably need to look at having in place one of the other plans that Trello offers. So I highly encourage you to check it out, and definitely to use it if in fact you feel that it will be helpful for your business. If you're enjoying learning about these tools, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, if you're currently using any of these tools, leave me a comment and let me know which ones you're using or which ones you plan to check out based upon how it can improve your productivity. Tool number 5 is Restream. Now, one of the things that I use Restream for is simultaneously doing a live broadcast to multiple social media platforms. This feature alone really can help you enhance your productivity because it allows you to streamline your process. Another thing that you're able to do with Restream is you can invite guests right into your live broadcast. You can also share your screen, and you can see all of the comments that are coming through your live broadcast in real time. An additional feature of Restream is the ability to do record only. Now, what that allows you to do is, for example, do some practice sessions. So before you go live, you might feel more comfortable just recording yourself to see how you feel on camera, to think about things you might want to adjust and so forth. And the record only feature is going to allow you to do that. Another way that I use the record only feature is to record all of my courses. So the good thing about that is I can put my personal branding right on screen in addition to my logo. Now that's also available to you in live video mode as well. But I love to do it on my courses because it definitely gives you that very professional appearance. And one additional thing that I really like about Restream is the ability to automatically record your live broadcast. That way, if you want to repurpose them for anything else, they're already recorded within Restream, and you can reuse them for whatever it is you choose to. All right, on to tool number 6, which is the Google Workspace. Now, if you're not yet familiar with Google Workspace, I definitely encourage you to check it out. Really, all that you need is a Google account, which is going to give you access to all of the tools that I'll be speaking of. Now, one of the tools within the Google Workspace that I use every single day, and I'm sure you're probably familiar with, is Gmail. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, why is she talking to me about Gmail? No, I don't send professional emails from a Gmail email address. What I do, though, is I both send and receive emails from my professional email address through my Gmail account. It's very easy to do, and what it allows me to do is to have one central location where I can manage all of my email messages. Now, in addition to Gmail, there are a lot of other tools that I use within the Google Workspace. Tools such as Google Docs, which allow me to create documents, for example, that I share with my team. Or using Google Docs, I can also create a document that can then be turned into a PDF file, and I can share that with my subscribers, for example. You can also do the same thing with Google Sheets. So that's just another way to be able to use it. Another thing that I like to use is the Google Drive overall. Now, the Google Drive is really more for storage. And what that is going to allow you to do is to store those documents in one central location. And the way that you're able to access it is through the Google Drive app if you're on your mobile phone or your tablet, or through the Google Drive from your Google account. Now, I know I said Google a whole lot of times, but just understand that this tool can really come in handy, especially if you're sharing documents that you've created or sharing spreadsheets that you've created, and you're able to access all of those from multiple devices. All right, the final tool, tool number 7, is Dropbox. Now, Dropbox is a storage tool, and this is something I definitely use every single day. I use Dropbox to store all of my lead magnets because it gives me one central location to have everything, and then I can create a share link that I can just copy into the emails or link my emails to, so that when people are ready to download my lead magnets or workbooks or whatever it is that I'm sharing with them, they're easily able to get those. Now, you can get a Dropbox account set up very quickly. There is a free version of it, and with that free version, it's going to give you a certain amount of space. However, as you grow, you may want to put additional things into your Dropbox. It might be a place that you store videos, for example. It might be a place that you share documents or information back and forth with your team as you begin to develop one. You can create specific folders that are shared with just one individual, or you can have folders that are set up so that you can create a link and then they can be, documents can be downloaded through them. So it has a lot of different features. Another great thing about Dropbox is you can access it once again from multiple devices. So you can get to Dropbox from your desktop. You can get to it from your mobile phone or your tablet. So I love those types of tools, as you've probably figured out, because that way everything's easily accessible to you. So there you have it. We've talked about 7 tools that will definitely enhance your productivity and that can really streamline your processes and make things more efficient for you. So I encourage you to check out these different tools, especially those that you think are going to be beneficial to you. What I'll be doing is linking all of the tools below in the description box, so that way you can easily get to them and figure out which of those that you'd like to check out and certainly incorporate into your business. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like so that it can be shown to more individuals that can benefit from the information shared. And be sure to check out this video next. The link to it is in the comments below. Take care and have an awesome day.